Letters from the Big City. Dear Fred, you should be pleased to know I have safely arrived in the big city. Things sure are busy around here. Everyone always seems to be in a rush to get somewhere. I feel as though it's going to take a lot longer than I had originally anticipated for a small town guy like me to adjust. Still, I remain diligent, optimistic, and determined to make it in the big city. I've already managed to find a room for rent. It's not much, and you won't believe how much I am paying. But it's a place to sleep and hang one's hat. You'll have to come visit once I get settled and find a better place to live. Until then, take care. Sincerely, Joe.
Dear Joe, don't ever write me again. I don't like you. I have never liked you. The day you finally packed up and moved away was maybe the greatest day of my entire life. I hope you get hit by a bus in the big city. Anyway, take care. Sincerely, Fred.
Dear Fred, sorry for taking so long to respond. Things have not been progressing as I had hoped they would. Finding steady work in the big city is easier said than done. It's like you have to know someone just to get the most remedial job. Still, I remain determined to make it here. How are things at home? You still owe me that visit. I will try to write again soon. Take care. Sincerely, Joe.
Dear Joe, I don't quite understand why you are still writing me. I couldn't have stated my feelings any more clearly. What part of "I hope you get hit by a bus" didn't you understand? Maybe that was too much to ask. If there is a big bridge in that city, why don't you go find it and jump off? You'll be doing us all a favor. Anyway, take care. Sincerely, Fred.
Dear Fred, it took much longer than expected, but I finally managed to secure steady employment. I now earn an honest living cleaning fish tanks. I lied about my experience to get this job. I figured, how hard could it be? It's still not enough money to upgrade my living situation, but it's enough to survive. Still, you should come visit. I'll show you the sights. I know that is something you will enjoy. Sincerely, Joe.
Dear Joe, really? Come visit? What else am I supposed to say? I hate you. I really do. Stop writing me. Just stop. If you write me again, I won't open it. I will merely use it as toilet paper and flush it down. Anyway, take care. Sincerely, Fred.
Dear Fred, it appears there's a lot about cleaning fish tanks that I did not know. Thus, I have killed many fish, and thus, I am no longer employed. Apparently, you are not supposed to use soap. I am now worried I won't even be able to afford my current living situation. Still, I am not giving up. I remain optimistic and determined to make it in the big city. I will try to write again soon. Sincerely, Joe. Dear Fred, it has been several months since I have last heard from you. Did you receive my last letter? Things have gotten pretty rough for me. I've been evicted from my small room and am now living on the street. My previous landlord is holding all my possessions and refusing to release them until I pay the rent I owe. Although I can't see that happening anytime soon, considering I have no money and haven't worked since being fired from the fish tank job. I'm starting to question if coming to the big city was ever a good idea at all. And I must admit, I'm becoming less and less determined each day. Every day is a challenge. Maybe going directly from a small town to the big city was too much. Maybe I should have started out small and gradually worked my way up. Maybe I should have gone from a small town to a larger town, then a small city, then an average-sized city, and finally, when I was truly ready, to the big city. Maybe that would have been best. Still, you should come visit. I will show you the sights. I know that is something you will enjoy. Sincerely, Joe. Dear Fred, it turns out there is a big bridge in the city. I know this because I am now living beneath it. It's not much, but it's home, and you can't beat the price. Plus, the rats keep you company at night. We have a little community down here. In a way, I feel as though I've made it in the big city. Well, maybe not. Come visit soon. Sincerely, Joe. Dear Fred, you will be sad to know this will most likely be my last letter. Right after I mail this, I will be heading back to the bridge. Only this time it won't be to live underneath. This time, it will be to throw myself off and plummet to my death. I am leaving you all my belongings. You will find them in a box stashed under the west end of the bridge. The box is marked for Fred. I'm sorry I couldn't mail them to you. I used the last of my funds to mail you this letter. It is important to me that you know that none of this is your fault. We all make our own choices in life. Some good, some bad, and others really, really bad. There's nothing more to say other than I love you and always will. Sincerely, Joe. Dear Fred, you'll be happy to know I am still alive. My suicide attempt was a complete failure. I don't remember much, only jumping and hitting the water. After that, it's a complete blur. I must have floated down the river unconscious for days. When I awoke, I was in a bed in a small cottage in the countryside. It had been so long since I had been in a bed, I originally thought I had died and gone to heaven. But as you know, I am very much alive. My body was pulled out of the river by an old fisherman. When he discovered I was still alive, he took me home where he and his wife have been nursing me back to health. I have come to the conclusion that the big city is no place for me. What is a city anyway? It's just a collection of buildings stacked on top of one another. Some of them are stacked so high they block out the sun. I like the sun. I like to feel its warmth on my face. A small country town like this is where I belong. I think I might just stay here a while. You should come visit. I will show you the sights. I know that is something you will enjoy. Sincerely, Joe. Dear Fred, sorry, it has been many years since my last letter. I am still in the same small town, but much in my life has changed. I now own a farm and have a family of my own. Success in this place has been much easier than in the big city, and for the first time in my life, I can honestly say I am truly happy. But still, there is something missing. That something is you. You still owe me that visit. You can stay as long as you like. I'll show you around. I know that is something you will enjoy. Anyway, I hope to see you soon. Sincerely, Joe. Dear Fred, I am heading back to the big city. I am more determined than ever to make it this time. I'll let you know once I'm settled so you can come visit. Sincerely, Joe. P.S. I still love you.
Dear Joe, what is wrong with you? Leave me alone. I love you too. Anyway, take care. Sincerely, Fred.